Colorado has over 50 14,000-foot peaks. Any mountain that's 14,000 feet or more is known as a 14er. Colorado has 50 of them. One of the most famous peaks in Colorado is Pikes Peak. Named after Zebulon Pike, Zebulon Pike never climbed to the top. Pikes Peak is not the tallest mountain in Colorado. It ranks only as number 30. But even though it's not the tallest, it does have the largest bottom to top elevation gain. It's also the longest bottom to top trail of 12 miles. Pikes Peak is probably best known as a speaker on the peak that inspired America the Beautiful, written by Catherine Lee Bates. I climbed to the top of Pikes Peak, all the way from the beginning, all the way to the top. And when I stood on the top of Pikes Peak, the top of the Purple Mountain Majesty, overlooking the fruited plain, I realized that the day that I climbed to the top, I probably stood on the very same spot that inspired Catherine Lee Bates to pen America the Beautiful. The hike is not technically difficult. You don't need any special climbing experience or climbing tools, ropes and chains. Don't need that. It's an easy but long trail. If you are not inclined or not healthy enough to hike all the way to the top of Pikes Peak, we could drive on a toll road, go all the way to the top. But having both climbed the mountain and driven the toll road and even ridden the toll road as a child when my parents drove, I could tell you that by driving to the top, you can't really experience the mountain. Driving to the top, you'll experience a tourist trap. So my advice to you is to plan on a day and hike the trail all the way to the top. It doesn't require technical experience, as I said, but it does require a little bit of luck. I was on vacation from work, and it was on my plan that that week I would hike Pikes Peak. And when I was going to plan the hike, I just didn't feel up to it. Well, not today, maybe tomorrow. Well, the day that I had initially planned on hiking to the top of Pikes Peak, there was a terrible hailstorm. It would have been a horrible day for a hike. But, as I said, I decided, today is not the day. The day I did go on the hike, it could not have been a more beautiful day for a hike. Blue skies, not a drop of rain. But when you go for a hike, dress in layers. That means to have maybe a t-shirt, a shirt, a jacket, so you can take off your outer layers when it gets cold or when it gets hot, and put them back on when it gets cold. Bring plenty of water. Dehydration is the worst thing that could happen to one. Pikes Peak is a 14,000-foot peak. People suffer from altitude sickness. So it's important to bring water and stay hydrated. And remember, if you are thirsty, you are already dehydrated. So if you are a tourist in reasonably good health, hike Pikes Peak from the Bar Trail all the way. The experience would be so much better than driving on the toll road and getting to the tourist trap with all the cars, the gift shop. Hike the mountain. I also hiked the tallest mountain in Colorado, known as Mount Elbert. Now, Elbert, bottom to top, even though it's higher than Pikes Peak, the bottom to top hike is much, much less. It's an easy hike, relatively short, especially when compared to Pikes Peak. I hiked all the way to the top, all the way down. It was a beautiful day for a hike, sunny. But as I was headed up the mountain, a cloud drifted by, so close I could almost reach out and grab it. And on my way down, I saw a lightning bolt below me. The lightning bolt burst out of the cloud, struck the ground. Hundreds and hundreds of feet below me. And that's another thing to consider when you go hiking on a 14er. Start early, even in the dark, because thunderstorms can kill you if at all possible, you'd like to be off the top of the mountain before noon, because that's when the thunderstorms start. So start early, dress in layers, bring plenty of water. I was on another 14er, and the dad and his son were hiking. And the dad said to his son, don't drink so much. We need to ration our water. If you have to ration your water, you didn't bring enough. So if you come to Colorado, you have 50 peaks to choose from. Many of them do not require any technical experience. Ropes, special hiking gear. Just bring a nice hat, dress in layers, bring a hiking pole, and you could climb many of the Colorado 14ers and enjoy Colorado's beauty.